Hey, this is Jenny Jones, Digital Growth Hacks Club. Hey, we're here the last day of our Hack Fest Live. This comes every October, kind of like Oktoberfest, but it's Hack Fest, right? So no beers included. But anyway, wanted to welcome you guys here. We are live here on YouTube. We'll be here for about an hour. And I'm excited to be joined by the of LaunchCart. I almost called you another card, but the founder of LaunchCart, and
Okay.
he's been so excited to come and join. He says, "Hey, do you want?" Yeah, man, come on. I want you to come on, and I want the people to get a chance to know you. I want them to be able to ask you different questions, and I want them to feel good as much as I feel good about the software. So I'll let him come on and kind of give you his elevator pitch of who LaunchCart is, and we're going to get into some questions and answers. We might have a little few small demos in there just to kind of see how certain things are done. But other than that, we're here for an hour to have good fun. Make sure you like and subscribe. Obviously, want to get the traffic, want to get the juice, right, and want to get the support, right. In order for me to bring more founders on like this, I need the channel to have the support. So again, want to welcome you guys in. Now we're going to go ahead and allow Mr. Ryder to introduce himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ryder, the founder of LaunchCart. All right.
Thank you, sir. Hey, appreciate it, man. Everybody taking their time on a Saturday morning, and maybe you're different parts of the world. I just talked to a guy that was in Taiwan, and it was like, it's 9:00, I'm going to bed. But I want to say thanks, man. I'm out here to help serve you guys and let the world know we exist. We've had our head down and building this for over 5 years. And what we've put together is pretty exciting. And we think we're really going to make an impact on the world and help you make more money.
Hey,
So it's one of those things where that's what it works. It's all about, right? Win, win, win for everybody. So,
oh no, I appreciate that. All right. So listen, so a lot of people say, oh, I think I've seen this before. I think I haven't seen this before. We're going to start with some light questions, right? Then we're going to go into some of the questions that people have been wondering. So one of the things I'm asked is, you compare yourself or an alternative to WooCommerce and Shopify, and I think BigCommerce. How are you different from those? Those are the behemoths, right? So how are you kind of different? I kind of know, but I want you to let the people know.
Yeah, no, let me tell just a little 1 minute story.
Sure.
So I started a company called Celebrity Lifestyle Brands. I'm a former investment banker and I raised a lot of money for companies, but then I started a company in 2015 called Celebrity Lifestyle Brands. And we started helping celebrities monetize their fan base through e-commerce. And as opposed to taking money, and exchanging money for time, we did it on a joint venture basis and we revenue shared. And we started working with Carlos Santana and Sofia Vergara, Bethany Frankel, and we were just doing millions and millions and millions of dollars a month because it's like the easy button, right? You got the celebrity, click a button, run some ads and get the traffic flowing. And at the time we were using Shopify. And then I said, I literally was, as a digital marketer, they didn't have what I call the must-haves. Now, they've come a long way since 2015 as well.
Right.
But
Yeah,
back in 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, they didn't have the must-haves. Like they didn't have order bumps. They didn't have upsells and funnels. Like and even today, if you want to do order bumps, you have to go pay 10 or really a good funnel program. You got to be on their plus program and spend $2,000 a month, right? They didn't have they didn't have reviews, product reviews. You had to go spend money, extra money. And when I launched our first celebrity brand, I think we went live with 16 different apps. And every app slowed the site down. Every app cost us more money. And some of the apps were tied to your revenue. So my first month with the celebrity brand that we launched, it was $1,600 without Shopify Plus, just for the platform and all the apps. So we're looking at this, we're going, there's got to be a better deal. And then we started looking about our upside as entrepreneurs. Our upside, we were making really good money, generating millions of dollars, but the upside of having a tech company and building a solution that would meet our needs, we thought, man, let's put this on hold and let's build a company. So we came up with the idea of LaunchCart, with the idea that we're going to clone Shopify, like they're the biggest and the best, but let's put in the must-have features, the order bumps, the exit pops, the name acquisitions, the funnels, one-click upsells, product reviews, banners, like all these things that you just like, come on, you can't run an e-commerce site without this stuff. And this is ridiculous. And then the idea that I had to go to the app store and search for reviews and then go, there's 5 reviews apps. And then
Right.
I have to go figure out which one is the best one and which
And
one's
you're
going to work
not
my
even
needs.
really that familiar with it. And that was one of the challenges that I had when I first signed up for Shopify. Because again, Shopify is there, and the people's like, "Oh, you got to do Shopify." I did Shopify, and I found out, I was like, "Wait a minute." So I said I wanted to get recurring payments. I remember they didn't even have recurring payments. I say, "Hey, I want to
Right.
get recurring payments." It says, "Oh, well, you need to sign up for this app." I was just, "Well, that app is an additional $49 a month. That's not what you said here." So I found it very challenging in doing that. So it sounds like you guys figured out all the different things that was preventing people from actually getting up and running. And you guys I noticed that with LaunchCart, you guys actually did that. So
Yeah.
one
So
of the
to me, it's
questions,
about speed to market, right?
yeah,
And speed to
yeah. And I
market.
was actually able to create, and when I share with people, I was able to create my site in 2 hours, literally. And people's like, "No, you can't create in two." What happened is other people have gotten on and left reviews saying, "Oh no, you can build this out pretty fast," which solidified the fact that I said I built it in 2 hours. And so one of the questions came in. This is a real quick question. Someone says, "Hey, when does this deal end over here at Appsumo?" That's just a real quick question. And since it came in, I just wanted to make sure that we answered that really quick. You guys there 30
Yeah.
days, 60 days, or not
It's
really
a it's a
sure?
th- it's a 30-day from launch, and
Uh-huh.
they said it's not really 30 days because they have to like end it within coinciding with other things they're doing, I guess. But
Right.
then we have we have the option to extend it for 30 days, or I should say they have the option because I said, hey, I'll be willing to go 60, and they said
Right.
depending on how it goes, and they're
Depends
like
on how
any
the
other business. So like if it's if you guys got a good following and it's going really really well, we'll want to extend it.
right.
Otherwise, it's going to be 30 days. So 30 days, and then it could be 60. So at best case, it's going to end like December 23rd. That would be 60 days because we launched on the 23rd. So it'd be the 23rd of November or 23rd of December.
So and that's one of the things that when you shop on AppSumo, a lot of people says, "Oh, that's a good tool. I think when I get paid or I'll come back and I'll pick it up." Next thing you know, they come back and it's gone. Right. And people's like, "Wait, I thought you were going to be around." So that's important. So you guys know this was like maybe a 30 days, depends on how well it does, that they'll probably be around for another 30 days. So it's really going to depend on you guys.
Right.
Um, so
And you know
go
what? They
ahead.
offer a 60-day refund policy. So it's
Yes.
like, I don't know why anyone would wait. It's like, look, seriously, this is the best buying season of the year right now coming up. You have 2 weeks, a month to get ready, get your store built, get your stuff ready to go, and start ringing the cash register for the holidays. There's absolutely not one reason to wait.
No, absolutely. If at least actually you can get this and be up and running by Black Friday. That would be a good plus if you wanted
Well,
to
that would
start
be
merch and
that
some
would
other stuff.
easy.
So I have a
But
couple of questions for you that
well,
came in.
let me
Asking.
finish
Go ahead.
let me finish the story real quick. So
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. I'm
we
sorry I cut you
decided
off. Go ahead.
we started to create LaunchCart, right, with the idea that we're just going to clone Shopify and we're going to put in what we need to control some branding stuff and some upsells and deltas. And then somebody said to me, "Hey Greg, you should check out the drop shipping world for drop shipping stuff from China." And because I had some friends that were doing 50, 100 grand a month doing drop shipping
Right,
from China. So we
right,
said,
right, right.
okay. Now again, put this in context. I'm a former investment banker. We got money. We got team. I'm not.
Hmm.
I have the things a lot of people don't have.
Right.
So I got into drop shipping. I
Hmm.
assigned 5 people, 5 full-time employees. Now they were
Hmm.
Filipinos at this time to spy on Shopify stores and to spy on Facebook to find me the hot products. Then
Right.
I was running the ad spend, and I had 5 other people doing what I was driving them to do the ad spend. We ended up doing $1 million our first month. And then I went on and did $1
Really?
million to $1.5 million to $2 million a month for 8 months. I did $17 million from 0 to 17 million in 8 months. I spent 7 million of my own money on ad spend, and I could not believe we sold
Using what
400
platform? What platform is this? Oh,
Shopify.
you were actually using Shopify and you did that
Shopify.
much. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Wow,
we
interesting.
did 400,000 orders. So I figured out all the pain points, which really has kind of led us to our vision now is LaunchCart. It's the source and sell marketplace. It's banking as a service, and we're going to
Right.
transform and really revolutionize drop shipping around the globe. I mean, literally, as you start to understand what we're doing and how we're doing it, We're not doing this to create a little $10 million company, a little $100 million company. We're doing this to create a $10 billion company. And we're going to empower entrepreneurs all over the globe with our vision to take the pain points away from this e-commerce, drop shipping, direct to consumer, vertical.
I love it. I love it. So, and I can see already where things are going. I can see who's behind the company. I can see who's on the board. We're going to get into a lot of that. We did have a question come in. Someone asked, it says, hey, I'm in Portugal. Is it 100% GDPR so we can open a store in Europe? Is that possible yet? Or
So yeah, absolutely. We have thousands of customers all over Europe. So the way that works for you guys is you have to just Google. You can actually go to ChatGTP now. Write me some JavaScript code that makes my site GDP compliant. And you just go to our theme editor, and there's like a little block where you can add the code and you can put the code in. Or there's third-party people you can get the code from and pay, one-time fee of $10, $12. We don't have that built in natively, but it's really easy to get done and really easy to find.
okay, so you're saying that. So you're saying that you can do so Portugal, he can get a store. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. He just needs to go and add some code so the little pop-ups come up and tell you what's going on.
Okay. So I think that's something that you should probably add to your university or your academy. If I think that's something you should probably add. Yeah. So make a note of that, Mr. Greg Ryder, because I want many people to get the store as possible. So if it's a matter of just adding the GDPR, and maybe there's some other parameters, I don't really know. I'm not familiar with that. Luckily, both you and I live here in California, where gas is only $6.50 a gallon. That's another story. They don't have an app for that. All right. So, so I have another question. Someone had a question. So someone asked, it says, hey, keep in mind that you're talking to a non-techie. Is this a standalone or do you add it to your website? So
this is a standalone. So this is a website. So really at the basic definition, LaunchCart Inc. or LaunchCart e-commerce is a e-commerce enabled website builder. You're building a website and it's easy to put something on that website to collect money. You can sell digital products, you can sell coaching, you can sell services, and you can sell print on demand, manufacture on demand, and dropship stuff. It's really just a website builder. That's all it is.
Okay, great. Yeah. And I know the person who asked that, Ray Tilla, it's easier. This software is easier to use than the other software you and I were talking about maybe a couple of weeks ago. This is easier than that. So just so you know. I have a question here. I am from India and we have very strict policy on payment integration. What other payment solutions available apart from PayPal and Stripe? Good question.
Yeah, that is a good question. So that's the one thing that we're going to continue to build on because that moves the needle. But right now we integrate with a company called Revere Payments, which is another multi-billion-dollar payment processor. Okay. And then we integrate with a company called NMI, NancyMaryIda.com. And NMI, they are a middleware like Authorize.net or something like that, where you literally can everything from bank merchant services to they integrate with hundreds of merchant accounts. So through them, we pretty much solve all the problems. I don't know if it works specifically for India or different parts of the world, but that would be another suggestion box that as you kind of get going, we plan to integrate with, like there's a couple of countries in Africa. We're dealing with the king of Ghana. And there's a couple of countries in Africa that won't even use PayPal. They don't, Kenya and different places. And so we're going to be integrating with more and more gateways. So if that's something you need or want, you can do that, suggest that through the support desk. And we're going to do that because we want to be a global company. We already have customers in 160 different countries.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Just want to take a moment here to tell you guys, hey, if you're on here, you're checking it out, just hit that like button. That way we can kind of give it a little bit more juice. Here's what I'm going to go on record to say. And so you'll have me on camera. You'll have me. LaunchCart they're going somewhere. And what I mean by that is I went to it. I've test drove it. I went in. I tried to break it. As I do with every tool, I try to get in. I try to break it. I try to throw what would I use what would a person be trying to do on the other end? And I gotta tell you, I was impressed. And I'm not just saying that because he's here. I can see the things that he did because I used to use Shopify, right? And I said, well, this is so much easier, right? And when I say 2 hours, right? So I built my shop in 2 hours. I already had a profile for Printify and Printful. I already had those profiles. So I just connected it with one button. It says enable, and it just connected them up. Now, Printify and Printful, those are fulfillment houses on the back end. And we're going to transition there, Mr. Ryder, so be prepared. Those are fulfillment houses on the back, meaning that if you order a t-shirt or a mug or a blanket or a hat, they'll put your logo on it and they'll ship it out for you. You don't do anything. You don't touch any inventory. You don't have any overhead or anything like that. That's the basic definition of drop shipping. People basically order on demand, right? You're not carrying any type of overhead or anything like that. And that brings me to my next question. You guys are in the process, or part of your vision is to create a source and sale marketplace. Kind of explain to my audience what that is and your vision behind that.
Can I share my screen for that? Let me, because I want to assign some visuals, because the visuals will help people understand.
So let me know here when you want to. All right, so let me do this. Let me know when you're ready to
I'm ready.
Yeah, you're ready to post it up? Okay.
Yeah.
So let me do this.
So I have a slide deck open, and I'm just going to show you a few slides to kind of hit home what we're doing. So LaunchCart, think of as the Shopify, alternative, right? And it's got all kinds of cool stuff, and then we're adding onto it and building it, right? And then the idea is we're going to build our own dropshipping marketplace that's a piece of middleware. And then the thing that we're doing that's very, very unique is we're adding a split payment banking as a service system. And then we're going to read, and again, just as I like to teach as I talk as well, because I've coached over 10,000 entrepreneurs.
Sure.
One of my mentors taught me, he said, if you really want to be significant with your business, you have to be number 1 or number 2 in the category.
Okay.
Maybe number 3, right?
Right.
Well, I'm never going to be number 1 in e-commerce. Amazon and Shopify got those locked, number 1 and 2. Right. I'm not going to be number 1 in dropshipping because Below and Markel and Alibaba and AliExpress have those locked up. So what do? How do you become number 1 or 2? You want to know how? You create your own category. So we're creating a category called on-demand solutions, on-demand e-commerce. Right. So that's how we're going to be number 1 in that category of on demand. Really what it is, it's a new version of basically drop shipping. So let me come down here. And the idea with the marketplace is brands and manufacturers, people like they make products and they can add their products, and we can connect to whether it's Amazon and get their products from Amazon. We can connect to Shopify, get your products from Shopify. We can connect to their in-house inventory system, and we pull their products into the source and sell marketplace. This is what we're finalizing right now. We pull that into the source and sell marketplace. Then the idea is no matter where you're sitting in the world, you want products to sell, you want real products to sell with real brands, you create your LaunchCart store, you go to the source and sell marketplace, and you type in fitness products, you type in tennis products, you type in golf products, you type in, barbecue products, and boom, there's this big, huge library of products, and you click a button, and now that product is for sale in your store. So you think about that like, okay, now we can do t-shirts and hats and hoodies, print on demand. I'm talking about drop shipping with real products, right? And the thing that's unique about what we're doing is the split payment system. So let me give you an example. So I have a brand that I'm launching next year called Rescue Joe. And this is, again, another teaching moment. If you want to start an online e-commerce brand, you need to think of how you can pull on the emotions of somebody, because you want somebody online to buy from you that doesn't know you, doesn't like you, doesn't trust you, because they haven't met you yet, right? So how do you get them to be, oh, that's an impulse buy. That's incredible. Let me tell you how I'm doing it. I'm creating Rescue Joe, drink a cup, save a pup. So there's that, a cup of Joe is like a slang word for coffee, right? So I play off of, Rescue Joe. And then it's about rescue dogs. I've had rescue dogs. I'm 61 years old. I've had rescue dogs my entire life. So we're going to basically sell coffee that's also drop ship. And we're going to donate money to dog rescues. So now I can advertise and I can market to people who love rescue dogs and love coffee. And I got those 2 emotional pies. And I don't know about you, but I've got my coffee. I'm a 1 cup a day guy, no matter what, right?
Right.
So imagine you come to Rescue Joe and you say, I'm going to buy a bag of their coffee. And of course, we have some t-shirts from our print on demand. So they add a t-shirt, right? Well, we're building in artificial intelligence, predictive analytics. Matter of fact, you know the predictive analytics that Amazon uses, where you shop at Amazon, it says, oh, people who bought this also bought this, this, and this. That's predictive analytics, because they have so much data on you. They know what you're looking for, and they know what other people buy. They know how to pair products up. So we're actually licensing that technology from Amazon. We're going to incorporate it between LaunchCart and our source and sell marketplace. And then the idea would be you're searching here, and then the predictive analytics says, oh, this person's looking for a French press. But Rescue Joe doesn't have a French press. I don't sell French presses. It goes to the marketplace, finds a French press, puts it in front of the customer. The customer now adds it to the cart and checks out. That's a first, right? Automatic upsells based on products from the marketplace without you as the seller doing anything. That's the vision, right? But then that's cool. That's pretty cool. The next thing is, at the point of purchase, the money for that French press that came from the marketplace goes directly to the brand or the wallet for that manufacturer. So now, as a seller, when I did 400,000 sales, my accounting was a nightmare, because we were testing 5 products a day and selling 5 and 10 and 15,000 products a day of somebody's product. So we're slinging 50 grand here and 20 grand here, 100 grand here, 20 grand here. It was a nightmare. So I'm like, well, today's technology, we just incorporate and set up banking as a system, and we'll split the money out instantly. So now the entrepreneur never has to worry about paying money for those products. And we're going to hook in with companies like TaxJar and pay the taxes for you too. So we're going to take those pain points out of that.
Okay. So, I see a lot of the technical aspects, and I see where you guys are expanding with that. I got a lot of questions in that these people they want to know. If they know these questions and if they understand them, then they're going to go immediately and they're going to start buying them. So I want to make sure that we get to some of the questions, because I think I am going to put a link in the description to your overall presentation. It kind of talks about this a little bit deeper as well. So I do want to make sure that I get to the questions as well. So good. No, I just wanted to make sure that we're able to.
Well, no, when you asked about that source to sell marketplace, where we're going,
yeah,
that's how we want to transform dropshipping, is by giving people the ability to source products, click a button, add them to their store, and then have the payments go out. And here's why this is really significant. Because my partners, and you start to see who I'm partners with.
Yeah,
like one of my partners, he launched Jennifer Lopez's brand, Nicki Minaj's brand, Adam Levine's brand. He worked with the Rolling Stones. He worked with American Idol. He was the former CEO of Tommy Hilfiger's company. He was the former president of Damon John's company. He was the former CEO of a company for Russell Simmons' brand, the Baby Fat, and his brand. And he knows brands. He goes, I said, how do we get real brands in this drop shipping game, right? I don't want to sell, and I don't mean this really derogatory, but it really hits home, crap from China, right? And dealing with quality control and shipping times. So how do we get real brands? He goes, Greg, you got to protect their brand. Like if a brand allows me to sell their product, and I can go change the name, I can change the description, or I can add photos of Oprah Winfrey saying Oprah's endorsing my product, that hurts their brand. Because we own the marketplace and we own LaunchCart, when we allow you to sell stuff, we can lock down the titles, the descriptions, the photos, and everything about that product, so you can't change it.
Oh, that makes sense. So that protects their brand. Yeah,
that protects their brand, right? And then you think, and then you say, okay, well, and then he says they want the customer data. Do you realize that when people sell stuff on Amazon, Amazon's not sharing that customer data? Right? So you use Amazon Fulfillment by Amazon, you don't even know who bought your product. So you don't have a list. So now we can share that customer data, because we're sending them the data to fulfill the product. Here, you get the data. So you as a seller, Jenny, it's like you say, oh, I'm going to get my affiliate commission for selling that product, but I'm going to share the data with the manufacturer, whoever's shipping that product out. You don't care. You're just here to make money. Right? So sharing the data. And then the third piece, hey, we're going to pay you instantly. That doesn't happen anywhere in the world. Like you think about the brick and mortar distribution model, right? And I have a little thing right here. This is called the Spin Gym. Okay. It's a little fitness product. You can sit at your desk and work out. Okay.
Right.
The lady who invented this sold 2 million of them on Home Shopping Network. Did she get that data? Nope. Didn't get that data. She built a store on LaunchCart on Shopify and doesn't have a clue what she's doing. She's maybe sold 1,000 off Shopify. So imagine she comes to me a year from now. We have 1 million sellers on our platform. And I go, well, who's your avatar? Who buys these? Oh, it's 45 to 60-year-old women who travel a lot and people that are into fitness. And, anybody into fitness loves a little travel device. So imagine we go into our database and we go, oh, out of our 1 million sellers, I have 10,000 of them that sell to fitness products to fitness people that are into fitness. And then we put this product in front of those 10,000 of them. And if I say 1,000 of them, click the button, go, I want to add that to my store. That's a cool product. And they sell 10 a month. I just got this lady 10,000 sales a month. Right? Okay. We're duplicating the brick and mortar model online.
No, I mean, so that's great. So let me get to some of these questions because a lot of it is about the software. Somebody had a question about, could you integrate with Amazon MFC? Did you see that question?
What is MFC?
So what is MFC? I've heard it. I know. Oh, that's the market. Amazon MFC. I love it when Freddie. He's a.
But the answer to the question is yes. The answer is, and here's what's cool about what we're doing.
Yeah. First of all, well, hold on. I want him to put in there what is MFC first of all, because is your back end open for you to do that? You don't have an open API, do you?
Yeah, we have APIs. We're gonna load them up. They're not open, but we're gonna make them open. Okay. And it's multi-channel fulfillment, right? So the idea is yes. So source and sell marketplace is nothing more than it's a middle-ware that's going to connect to everything under the sun.
So middle-ware.
And let me point this out for everyone, just as a teaching moment. As an entrepreneur, you go, do I want to try to? I'm not a very creative guy. I'm just like, let me solve problems. I'm a copycat marketer. What's working out there? How do we make it more efficient? So here's what's really, it's just everyone can get this. E-commerce, every e-commerce platform. I don't care if it's eBay. I don't care if it's Etsy. I don't care if it's Amazon and Shopify. Everything in e-commerce consists of a product description, a product name, a title, a price, a size, a weight, a variant, photos, and a video. That's it. Nothing else. And then a shipping. And then like I got to send the stuff to the fulfillment partner. So now we all have different databases and our database structures are a little bit different, but everything's the same on every platform. So it's not hard to get these tools where I can connect to Amazon and people go, well, how are you going to get products in your source and sell marketplace? I'm going to go to Amazon sellers and say, hey, I see you're selling on Amazon. How'd you like to sell over here in our source and sell marketplace? Oh yeah, I'd like to do that. We click a button and boom, import their entire catalog from Amazon right into source and sell marketplace. Same thing with Shopify. I'll suck all your products right out of Shopify. Same thing with eBay. Suck all your products right out of eBay.
So what is that?
And then
I'm sorry.
That's where we're launching this first quarter next year, probably at the latest second quarter. And the order flow can go right back to Amazon. Go, well, I don't want to set up another fulfillment. I have my stuff set up over here. Oh, we'll just push your order right back into Amazon.
Nice. I like that. So are there any other CRMs because I think you guys have a LaunchCart CRM, and I think that's tightly integrated with
yes.
What's the name of the company? I can't remember the name.
Well, it's built on high level.
So it's built on high level, but I think some people are asking, I think a lot of people wanted to know this is, do you guys plan on integrating with Zoho CRM or MailerLite or any other CRMs or anything like that? Because I think you guys do right now. You do MailChimp.
Now, right now we do MailChimp, and I don't even recommend MailChimp anymore. No, for right now we will not be integrating with any other CRMs because our CRM is the best. It's the best. There, as you say it, it's better than Zoho. It's better than HubSpot. It's better than Salesforce. It's better.
So what if a person's already integrated with a CRM and they just want to get that data out and try to get that data to get? Because I think you guys have mentioned webhooks or something. Because I mean, if you can give me a webhook, at least a webhook, then I can
So
get out.
we're launching our Zapier integration, and we're going to integrate with a couple other companies like Zapier, where you can just get your data right out of there. And we already have an order export tool where you can export out your orders and your newsletter subscribers on an automated basis.
Okay. And I think you guys mentioned maybe Pabbly Connect possibly as well.
Yeah. I think it was you or somebody mentioned that to me. I'm like, those kind of things we'll definitely do, because we want to be able to make it easy for you guys to connect up your existing systems. But as far as trying to actually do a direct integration, we're our LaunchCart CRM. We're building on that. We're going to build that, and that's going to tie into our source and sell marketplace, and it's got everything
Okay.
more than most people will ever use.
Okay, so I have a question here. This person says, I'm in the automotive space and I train automotive personnel in different departments. Help me, if you will, with some examples if I could use LaunchCart in the automotive space. Thank you. That's what he was saying. Is there a way that he can use that?
Well, that's kind of a good, cool question. So I'm going to give you two answers. One answer is, and it's because I know there's another customer we have that did this. He actually builds merch stores for people in the automotive industry.
Interesting.
So he actually went to his guy that he's been going to for 20 years. He's like a 60-year-old guy. He went to the guy that's been working on his car for 20 years, and he goes, "Hey, how'd you like to have your own branded merch store?" Right? And sell some merch and put some Motorhead type, car gearhead and all that kind of stuff on the, branded merch for his brand and his shop that all of his employees can wear. And then two, some gearhead Motorhead stuff. And he sold the guy a store for like $3,000. And then he went and built it, and he built it in like, 10 hours max and made $300 an hour. Right. So that's one avenue that you could do. And so I think from that standpoint, you could do it. And then if they wanted to be able to charge online and collect money online, you could set up some very simple services to charge online. But the LaunchCart CRM is a little bit better platform for that, because LaunchCart CRM has a social media planner, it has reputation management, it has chat widgets. And one of the things I teach is every business owner needs to really focus on three things as a starting point. One, you got to be more visible. Like you have to be social, you have to be visible. It's like I saw Gary Vee just the other day go, I want you to do 8 posts a day on every platform there is. You have to be more visible. Number two, then you got to make your site look a little bit more attractive. So it's like it's not look like it was built in the 70s or the 80s or not really old. And then you have to make it easy for people to communicate with you. So our LaunchCart CRM has the ability to add your live chat widget or your artificial intelligence chat widget on your website, and then people can call you, start texting with you online. And we also hook up into Google My Business. And did you know that you can put a chat widget with Google My Business? So somebody searches, car repair Escondido. I can have a chat widget right on Google, and it goes right into our system, and you can chat right from our system. And by the way, we have an app for your phone with our CRM, so you can do your business right from your phone. And if for some reason you're busy working on your business, you can't answer the call, we have this thing called automatic text callback. So you miss the call, it'll text them back and say, "Hey, I'm sorry I missed your call. How can I help you?" And then it ties into your artificial intelligence, and it starts doing that kind of stuff. And so we help small businesses set that up.
So let me just, I think this is your first time to the LTD market and things of that nature. So let me just kind of tell you where some of the questions are coming from. Where the questions are coming from, you've built in a lot of things for your audience already, and we get that. And that was more of the market you guys were in. When you came to the LTD market, all those tools you name, we already have, right? And so when you get those questions, you're wondering why. You say, "Oh, we have the best CRM," or whatever. What you're failing to realize, even entering into this space, is we already have all those tools. We already have the schedulers. We already have all those. And a lot of those really just depends on if we can get an open API, then we can connect all the tools that we have already. And so we get that. So you'd probably be looking at two different types of customers or customers at this particular point, because once you enter into the LTD space, we already tinker with a lot of software already. We already have a lot, and we've spent a lot of money already purchasing those. So I think if you're wanting to get more of us on board and to help us come on board and then become advocates or become people to champion the tool, you got to kind of let us get in and kind of plug our stuff in so we can get it going. And that's just a thought. It's not a question you're going to answer today. That's something that you just need to keep in the back of your mind. We already have, if we've been on Appsumo for more than a year, we already have all these tools you're naming. And I see how your CRM, you show me a demo of it. I'm going to actually be picking that up myself. I see how it's nicely tight integrated already. And I
Yeah.
get that. And I see how that works. And it works perfect for a person that doesn't know anything about Appsumo, doesn't have any tools. What I'm
Right.
trying to tell you is we already have a lot of those tools. So when you go
Yeah.
and you look
No.
at some of the comments, and so that's just something, and I think there's some things you'll say, okay, well, we'll probably do this, we'll probably do that. But I'm not trying to tell you to redo your whole business. I just wanted you to know where it was coming from.
No,
So
I appreciate that, and you're right. I
yeah,
am new to AppSumo. They've been
yeah,
coming after me for over 2 years to do a deal on their platform, and I'm like, I don't do lifetime deals. It's not a good business model, right? And I've had so
right.
many people ask me about that. So I said, well, with LaunchCart CRM and the holidays coming up, this is going to be a good exposure for me. We're going to get a lot of people to meet who we are and what we're all about, and we can upgrade some of those people to the CRM, and that's kind of our upgrade path. And so I'm not shy about what our upgrade path
No, that's
is.
fine. Yeah, you
Um,
want to stay in
yeah.
business, and we want you to stay in business, right? And so if that's
Right.
something that you do, we don't have a problem with that. So somebody asked, is that going to be part of LaunchCart? I don't know what's going to be part of LaunchCart. Donna Marie asked that. Donna Marie, can you clarify your question? Oh, I think her question was part of the source and sale marketplace. I'm assuming, is that going to be part of LaunchCart? Is that going to be included, or do people have to pay extra for that? Or
Well, so the business model with that is we're gonna have a direct integration with all LaunchCart sellers. So all LaunchCart sellers have access to the marketplace,
got it?
and then we're gonna take a transaction fee on every transaction,
Right,
and then we'll have a SaaS model that says, "Hey, you want to lower the transaction fee? Get on a monthly plan,"
right.
and that's how that's gonna work.
Okay, yeah. How many store templates do you have right now? I think you have about
There's
6 or 7, or
7. There's only 7.
okay,
And that's probably, being honest, that's probably the number one complaint. And as a digital marketer, I'm like, ready, fire, aim, get to market, people. The theme is not going to sell you more products.
okay,
It's the product, it's the messaging. So we are building what I'm going to call, we'll probably never build a whole bunch of themes. We'll open up the APIs and let other people build themes, but
right,
we're going to build a master like theme builder type thing where you're going to be able to go in and drag and drop and click this and do that, and you're going to be able to customize and create your own custom theme or your own custom store with a lot of flexibility. But right now we have 7 themes. You click a theme, you upload your logo, you put in some sliders, you pick a format, you create your categories, create your menu, and you are launched, right? So, and that's kind of what we built it for. It's like when we were doing our stuff and wanting to do this stuff for celebrities, well, it's not about how it looks. It's about how do we collect the money, right? And what's the upflow and what's the downsell? What's the upsell? How do we make more money? So,
so
and speed, page load speed. The other thing, every time somebody customizes a store, they slow down their site, and then Google hates them.
yeah, no, in all fairness, right? Because I'm probably the only one here. I'm looking at the people on here. There's a lot of people that may be interested in it or not. I'm the only one that's kind of dug in and kind of rolled my sleeves up. I kind of felt the same way about the templates until I went in. I seen some samples and I says, "Oh, I want my store to look like that." And I basically made my store look like one of the nice ones that you had already. And so I think with the template, I think the way it is now, I think if you spend some time in it, you can get a really, really nice store out of it and get and be able to get your merch out there. So Hourglass, shout out to Hourglass 716. He is one of my members of my community. Um, he asked, will the launch cart be able to have or integrate with white label vitamins, CBD oils, etc. in house? I don't
Yeah,
know.
so we'll be able to do that not only through the Source and Sell marketplace, but we should be able to do that with a Zapier integration or even a ShipStation. So we have some people using our platform, and they just have ShipStation by the fulfillment house, and they get their pictures and they build their store, and then the ShipStation instantly sends the order flow to the label vitamin store, and then they just print the label, ship the labels, and then when that label's scanned and the product is shipped, it notifies LaunchCart, sends out the tracking information to the client, and everything's back.
Great. So I think Donna, she said theme elements are important for branding, not sales, which is true, right? And I think because, but with, you guys do have CSS where you can customize. So you do have CSS and you can customize on there as well,
Yeah.
right?
And let me just for her benefit, let me show a couple stores just to give you guys an idea. So
All
here's
right.
my screen. And by the way, when you're at
This is
LaunchCart,
especially for you,
oh,
Donna Marie.
yeah,
So,
exactly. And when I'm in the back office of my dashboard right here, right? And we have this thing called Launch Links, and Launch Links is basically a link in bio tool. Comes free with every store. So now you have a link in bio tool like Linktree or something like that, right? So I have this URL. There's your site. Where'd my launch links go? Oh, here we go. So here's a company that she breeds cats, and so we created a store for her called Ragdoll Cats, and we match the colors with the buttons and the look and the feel of everything that's going on, and you can match can change the color of the buttons, and the exit pop-up looks good. And I'm just going to show you a couple different variants, right? So you got that one. There's one. And then I don't know if anyone's a big DJ fan, but do you guys ever remember Paul Oakenfold, one of the top DJs in the world? He wanted merch, right, for his brand. So this is the same theme, a little bit different. You can make these sites look really, really well. And then we got the all over print. So if I go into all over print, you can customize the color of, the top, the middle, the bottom, the footer, all that kind of stuff, right? And then let's look at, here's a faith-based one. We have to show off and talk about our design marketplace, which is really cool. So here's her Kingdom Light, right? It's a faith-based, a faith apparel and more. And you can see how she's got her site looking and what's going on there, and the color of the branding on the footer and the bottom there. And let me show you this one more. Dope Mamas. I think they did a good job on their store. And again, she's got her branding right now, kind of stuff, right? So she's got her Halloween designs up, her Halloween color of orange, and she's got white backgrounds and really kind of clean background and different things going on there. And she's got her color scheme for exit pop. So you can do you can use the custom CSS, and you don't need to put in much custom CSS to do that, but you can make it look beautiful and functional.
okay. Um, all right. So, all right. So let's see what else we have. I think so. Hopefully that answered your question. Hopefully that answered your question, Donna. Let me see if I could. Let me get this back here where I wanted to be here. All right. So Freddie Hernandez said ShipStation is a great integration. I think it is. When I saw it, I was like, oh, they have ShipStation here. All right. So the product variants are going to be improved to include images and move past the drop downs. So I guess I'm trying to. Did you understand this question?
I think so, because some people really want to have on the top menu bar category drop downs, and we don't have that on the themes yet. You can click on a category from the menu bar, and it can have drop downs on the sidebar, but not
Uh-huh.
necessarily on the top bar. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know how you include images to move
Yeah. That
past
to
the
me,
drop downs.
I'm not really sure. It would be great if we could integrate with SMS it. I think so. SMS it is a tool. It was a very popular tool that was on Appsumo. That um, it was a tool that they have where you can actually use your SMS phones, and you don't have to pay for normal carriers. It just uses your regular smartphone, and it doesn't go through your normal SMS carriers. And so they have an open API, and I was just wondering if you're going to have an open API. I think that would be something. I actually probably need to link you two founders up. I think if you put SMS it uh, and integrate it in yeah, that'll, because a lot of people ended up buying that. So I'll probably introduce you two founders and see what you guys come up with. But it's a very, very good SMS tool. So I don't know. I just think that would be great if somebody brought that up. If the product page, in the product page, product variations. I thought you had that.
Yeah,
It
no,
says
we do.
it says in the is it Mr. Campos or Campos in the product page, product variations? I think they have that. Greg, can you bring up real quick if I wanted to create a product from scratch? And when you bring that up, I'll continue to ask questions until you can show that. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you go
Yep.
inside and he says, "Hey, create your product from scratch." I think that was a question
Yep.
that I think that's what he has. If file upload a possibility for clients if they want to send images? So
We
I
don't
know.
have that feature yet.
So you don't have that feature?
No, no. But put my
Then
screen up. I'll show you
all right.
that product. I'll show you that product. So when you come in here and I click on products, if I hit create new, you can create a new product from scratch. You can integrate with your print on demand product, Printful, Printify, and then you can get to our design marketplace. But if I hit create new, and these same elements and same stuff is actually on the print on demand products as well. But you come here and you have your product builder. So give it a name, give it a product description. And by the way, we have an AI description generator to help create good descriptions for your products. You got your categories. And I come down here, I can add my price. And then if I want to create variants, I can add my media, pictures and videos right here for pictures and videos. And then if I want to create my own variants, I create a variant right here and I give it a name, maybe it's size. It could be small, and then I can click small and then I can do medium. Right. So I don't want to go into getting building on the thing here, but here's where
Yeah,
you do it,
yeah.
right? And and I can hit another option where it's like if I was doing coffee, I could go, weight or size of bag or something like that, size, and I can do, whatever. So I'm doing size twice, but you can create your variants there. Then when your variants get created, see how it creates them down here? And then now you have to hit this little edit button and you add your video or image for that variant.
So
So
you
it's all
can. I think that answers your question, Campos. The product variation. So you can get very granular and detailed with that. Do you have a special deal for our group? No, they're still on
there.
Appsumo, so that's going to be a no,
Dude,
right?
that Appsumo deal is a special deal.
That absolutely.
It's like,
And what
look
I've
at this.
noticed, right? And one of the, did you want to share something here, or did you want to talk
Well,
about
I'm
something? Or are
just
you good?
going back to go ahead and talk. I was just going to show the pricing table because literally this is our
You can
pricing.
show the price. You can show the pricing table. Yeah.
This isn't
So
fake. Okay, if you go on the free plan, we take 6% of your sales. If you get on the lift off, it's 27 a month, 97 a month, and scales 297 a month. And you can kind of see what goes on here. This is what our pricing table has been for months, for years. Right. So the deal that you guys are getting with Appsumo with Lifetime is freaking incredible.
how many stores do I get if I join right now on your growth? I went to your website and I joined on your growth.
One.
You so you base so Freddie, you're looking for a deal. You go there right now and get the growth plan, and you get one store. You go
Yeah.
to AppSumo and get the growth plan, you'll get 10 stores. I mean, you can do math. That's easy math, right? And so you're asking about a deal. That is the deal, my friend. That's why I just put
Yeah.
my link back up there because um yeah, that's enough about that. Okay, so Campos got it because I think that answered his question. He wanted to know how granular you can get weight, size, and all that. You definitely can do that. Do you have a public roadmap or anything, or because I think somebody asked about when the marketplace was coming, the source and sale, the big stuff. When is the source and sale coming? And I think banking as a service, merchant system, as we kind of get to a close here, I kind of wanted to talk about that. But what's your timeline? And you can just don't
Yeah,
be
no,
as
our
you
goal
don't have
with
to
the
be
sources,
exact, but yeah,
our goal with the source and sell marketplace is by the end of first quarter, it's launched, it's up, it's done, tested, QA'd, everything's ready to go. And then the banking as a service will probably come in second or third quarter because that's a big deal. We're going to have to cut some $100 million, $500 million deal with a bank because we're going to cut a deal with some bank, and then that bank, we're going to be able to offer debit cards, credit cards, checking accounts, the whole works. So now you can pay your bills, everything from your digital marketing platform, right? So that's kind of the
wow.
vision. Yeah.
Okay, so that's that. So you guys are becoming a fintech, and you're going to have a source and sale marketplace. This is the deal. This, if you guys haven't figured this out yet, it's the deal. So I shared my website earlier. I built my website in a day, right? I built it in 2 hours. Then I kind of refined it. I did probably about another hour in it. I think Donna said it looks terrific. That's how easy it is to build, Donna. I'm telling you, it is really, really easy. Where are the design marketplace credits? Where are the design or where they go? What do you want to know about that, Freddie?
No,
Because I think he just showed you that.
he says, what are they? Yeah. Share my
Just let
screen
me
real
add it
quick.
back. Let me add it back. Yeah.
So
Okay.
because we really focus on, print on demand and manufacture on demand, a lot of people get stuck because they don't have designs. So we created, and I don't know of any other e-commerce platform in the world that has this. It's a design marketplace. It's a design marketplace. And you'll see when you buy an Appsumo, like the 3, 4, and 5, you get some credits up here. Otherwise, you have to pay $3 for this design, $3 for that design. And see, these are all Halloween designs. And that comes up right now. But let's say if I typed in Christmas, and I can search for Christmas. Now it's going to pull up a whole bunch of Christmas designs. And it's kind of showing you what the design looks like on a white background, right? But let's say I want to do a black background because we know black is the #1 selling t-shirt. I hit and change that to black. Now it shows me what the designs look like on a black background. And the coffee mugs, leggings, all over designs, patterns. So you literally have no excuse not to get a store up and going with some designs on it immediately. And you get 100% license to use these designs. And then when you get in here and you actually buy a design, it automatically pushes it to Printful automatically. And then you can also download it and edit it and add your own little logo to it or whatever you want. And then eventually, we've been doing some testing. We're going to open it up to artists. So I can see a Jose over here and I can filter it by Jose and see here's an artist that Jose put in here. We're going to open it up to artists, and we're going to allow artists to upload their own designs in here. And then you price your designs, you put your designs in here, you price them, and then we'll revenue share with you. So we'll give you, probably a 50-50 deal, and we'll revenue share with you to make designs. And because of what's going on with AI and artificial intelligence and these AI creators, we think this is just going to be freaking.
So this particular marketplace right now, and I own the program. If I wanted to go in, I can create designs, and I would get right now, I can go and create a design, and you guys would pay me if someone purchased it. I would get a cut. Is that what it is?
Well, we haven't opened that up. We're just testing it. You can see I got 4 or 5 people in here. I'm just testing it.
Oh, I see. So it's another way to get your money back in this tool, right? So
yeah.
Somebody asked a question: do tier 5 purchasers get all updates? And I want to get that, and then I want to move to your
Yes.
executive team, and then we're gonna.
Yeah. So basically, when you're getting the scale, tier 5 gets the scale plan. So you're literally getting 100 licenses on the $297 plan.
Wait a minute. Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah. So 100 licenses.
I'm being funny because I think people are still looking for a deal, but that's your deal. So
and then that gets everything, and you're going to get every update all along here. You're going to get all those updates, right? So that's the LaunchCart e-commerce. So you're always going to get that stuff. You're not getting the LaunchCart CRM, so I don't want to confuse people there. But everything with our drag and drop page builder, our staff accounts, our transaction emails, our coupon codes, our upsells, our free SSL certificates, export your data, inventory tracking, all of this is going to happen. And then as we continue to update anything on this thing and with the scale plan, you're going to get that as well. We're never going to take away things. We're just going to add things.
That's what people fear. Like, we've dealt with other founders, and I think this is a unique experience because you guys have been around for what, 4 years, 3 years already, 3 or 4 years already?
Yes, we started in 2018 and we launched our MVP in 2019, early 2020, right when COVID hit. And we officially released our official release in 2022.
Yeah, I think some people come here and they're just bootstrapping and they're not. You're already been up and running. Hey, we're already moving. If you can either catch this fast train and get on now, pick up 100 stores or pick up 25 stores or pick up 10 stores now and keep it moving, right? So I think that's great. I have a last question, as we kind of bring this to a close. Can you go to your team page real quick while I set up, and I want you to share about go to your team. Your team. And I wanted you, and here's why I got excited, because I recognize some names on this page. I wanted, before you talk about Percy, the other gentleman, and who he. As we kind of bring this to a close, I want you guys to get a background of who's going on and who's on his team. So go share with us who's the other gentleman that's did all the other brands for Jennifer. I think you said Jennifer Lopez and some other stuff. I think you said there.
So my partner and co-founder with us is a guy named Bernd Ullman. There's our little chat widget. And Bernd Ullman is what we call the CBA, the Chief Brand Accelerator. And he launched the brands for Adam Levine, Nicki Minaj, and Jennifer Lopez. He did the world's largest celebrity branding deal with Kohl's worth $2.5 million. Here he is on stage with Damon John, and Damon John's. Can I hear that?
Yeah, we can. I can hear you. Oh, can we hear the sound? No, we can't hear the sound. Don't play the sound.
Okay.
We can't hear the sound. Yeah, no worries on that.
No, there's 10 seconds of Damon John saying he took my company from 100 million to 400 million globally. And so he is the real deal. He scaled multiple brands into the billions of dollars. And like I said, I don't attract people like this to our team and what we're doing with the idea that we're going to a little toy that we can all play with. We have connections, and there's not a celebrity, there's not a person that we can't get to, that we can't deal with. And that's kind of what we're doing there. And as you alluded to a second ago, I'm been partners and friends with Master P for a while. And he is, arguably one of the top 5 most influential African Americans in the country. He sold over 100 million albums. He's currently, he launched guys like Snoop Dogg and took 50 Cent on his first tour.
He's a disruptor. That's what he is. He's a disruptor.
He's currently launching a cereal company with Snoop Dogg called Snoop Cereal. And he wanted to be part of a tech company and let the world know that he's behind what we're doing and where we're going. So we have some whales, and 2024 is going to be an amazing ride. You guys got to just pay attention, because what we're going to do 2024 year is going to change. It's a big deal. It really is.
So as we kind of close here, did you want to mention anything about the crowdfunding opportunity, or because crowdfunding is really for micro investors? Is that anything you wanted to talk about now as we kind of close, and that's going to be part of the funding vision, or we'll say that for another time, another.
No, I would like to, because if you want to go back, and we can go back to side by side or something. And I'm going to tell a quick little story too. So if you ever read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Of course. And
okay,
the
so
cash
that
flow
book,
quadrant, and
yeah.
Let me set this up for my audience, right? Because they're techies, right? They're techies. Some are newbies. So let me set up this last piece as we take out, and we almost end here. So what LaunchCart is, what they're going to be doing, or what they're going to be attempting to be doing, is to raise capital through crowdfunding, right? Crowdfunding, where you can bring a whole bunch of micro investors. They passed a law to allow companies to do that, to raise money from micro investors. Micro meaning smaller investors. They can invest as much as $100, $200, maybe $500, what have you. So these are micro investors. You don't have to have millions and thousands. Millions upon millions. So what LaunchCart is doing is they're attempting to do this, I think, to kind of fund some of this. Me being in that industry, in that space, I understand what they're trying to do. So I just wanted you guys to understand that there may be another opportunity here as well. As you get on board, this is going to probably take off. And the last thing you want to do is be like, man, I should have, could have. All right. So I just wanted you guys to know that. And again, I'm not endorsing any investments. I'm just saying this is what they're trying to attempt to do. So now that you have that, the floor is yours, sir.
Yeah. So that book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I tell people that book was written about me. I was born into a really, really wealthy family from Denver, Colorado, and my parents got divorced when I was 2. And then my rich dad said, when I was 19, hey, you got any money saved up? And I said, yeah, I had $2,000 saved up. He goes, I'm going to get you an investment. So we started looking at investments. When I was 20 years old, I put $2,000 in a company called Denning's Mobile Robots. I turned my $2,000 into $14,000 in 4 months. And I'm like, wow, that was fun. Let's do that again. And my dad said, okay, buy this, sell that, buy this, sell that, buy this, sell that. And we made money on everything we did in the early 80s. And then I ended up getting my stockbroker's license, and I ended up buying the firm I worked for. And my claim to fame is I was the youngest owner of an investment bank in the history of the United States. And I only say that not to brag or anything, because it was the worst mistake I ever made. I wish I could go back and undo that. But I learned how to invest, and that ties into this. So why did my dad make money on every trade? Well, you might say it's inside information, right? Which there's probably a little bit of that going on. But he was he was in what I call the good old boys network. And this term that you've all heard, the rich get richer, it's because I call up Jenny with a good tip. He calls me with a good tip. And the guys that are the wealthy people, they have the good tips, and then they dump it off on the small people. So when crowdfunding and the laws came out in 2015 and Obama changed these laws,
That's right.
I wrote the first book called Saving America One Crowd at a Time. And it democratizes investing and allows people to get involved. So I'm doing crowdfunding for two specific reasons. One is I want to allow the little guy to get involved in a company that could literally be a multi-billion-dollar company. And if we're successful 10%, if we get to $6 billion, that would be 10% the size of Shopify. People who invest today are going to make about 2,000 or 3,000% on their money, right? And to give that perspective, one of the investors in Shopify put in $750,000 and it turned into $2 billion. And to break that down into smaller chunks, a $10,000 investment turned into $2.7 million. Okay. Now you might lose all your money. There's always risk in every investment. It might, we might go out of business.
Every investment.
You never know what's going to happen, right? So it's risk and reward, right? And then I always tell people we have risk reducers. What are our risk reducers? Master P is a risk reducer. Bern Ullman's a risk reducer. Greg Ryder's a risk reducer. Our technology's up and running a risk reducer. Our 48,000 customers are risk reducers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? So we want to give the small person the ability to participate and get the word out there. And it's not that we're only raising like $1.2 million, $1,300,000. That's not going to change our life, but it's going to get us, let's say we get 1,000 people to invest. Now I have 1,000 more ambassadors talking about LaunchCart at every party, everywhere you go, in every group, in every Reddit, in every, everywhere. That's going to help drive what we're doing, and it's going to prolong our ability. And we don't really necessarily want to go for the vulture capitalists, right? I came from that world. I know how to negotiate the waters in the investment banking world. You go look me up and you see what I've done. I've taken hundreds of companies, publics, mergers, acquisitions. So we just want the little guy to be able to get in there and participate in something that could be significant. And you can say you're a shareholder in LaunchCart. And that's coming, like literally, I'm waiting any day for them to give me the sign off, and then we'll launch a week after that.
All right. So listen, you guys, listen, as we kind of close here, I wanted you guys to see what we were doing here. Right. So let me bring him back on screen here. I wanted you guys, so you guys know here, Digital Growth Hacks Club, I try to keep you guys on the know. I try to tell you guys what are good tools out there, the reason why they're good, the background on this particular company and all that. Check them out. Their tool is solid, right? I don't know what tier you should buy because only you know that. I do know I do know a good opportunity when I see a good opportunity, right? I was gonna save my video for I did a video on showed you how you could set up the agency plan. I was gonna say that for my members only. I think because all of you guys join here, I'm gonna actually put that video out. I'm gonna put that actually out in my community, right? So if you're part of my community, I'm gonna put out a video that's gonna show you how to set up the agency plan, right? So I've already went through it front end to back end. I'm gonna put that out as well. So if you guys use my links, and you guys stay connected, a lot of good things are going to happen out of this. I really feel good about this versus some of the other tools I've seen come out and they go somewhere else or they want to do this and Mr. Ryder knows that I'm right up the road, so I'll just get in my car and just drive down there and knock on his door. No, literally, they're right down there. They're in Southern California. I'm in Northern California. It's not right down there, by the way. It's about 8 hours, 7 hours. But anyway, you guys have been great. I thank you guys for coming. You guys had good questions. One question here from Fred Cox. Pioneer payment available. Is Pioneer payment? I don't think that's available. Pioneer payment. Are you familiar with that payment platform?
I am not, and it's not.
I am not.
You might check NMI. You can go to nmi.com and ask if you can hook up to pay them through NMI, because a lot of times you can, but I haven't heard of them.
Yeah, so they do have, LaunchCart has NMI, and NMI on the back end, they may. So if you connect with their NMI here on the back end of the payment plan, and I think somebody else asked earlier about the payment. So currently right now you have Stripe, you have PayPal, and you have NMI, right? I think that's what you have.
And I forgot to say we have OpenNode. So those Bitcoin fanatics out there, and you want to be able to accept Bitcoin, we have this really cool integration with OpenNode that where you can accept Bitcoin and you can say convert 50% of the Bitcoin to cash, and it converts it instantly and like with milliseconds. Or you can say convert 70% to cash, and it converts to 70% cash instantly in any currency, by the way. And we have a whole currency converter thing that you can sell in any currency you want and have your website show that in currencies. But you can do that too. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think one question here, Campo said, last question, please. Appsumo deals all grant lifetime updates, right? And I think you even said it earlier, and he may have missed it. Depends on what tier you're assigned to, if they do upgrades to that particular plan, whether it be the scale or what's the tier 5? Did you say, Greg? Your plans are
the tier 5 is scale.
Oh, tier 5 is scale. The other one is growth, right underneath it. Yeah. So if you're tied to those, whether you buy a tier 3, 4, or 5 or something like that on Appsumo, you'll be tied to those based on what he said here in this video, that you'll be tied to those. If they do any updates, you'll get those as well.
You know what? We forgot something else. I got to say this.
What is that?
So go to launchcart.com, click on products, and click on Launch Academy. I think it's tier 3. Yeah, no, tier 3, 4, and 5. If you go to tier 3, 4, and 5, you get Launch Academy too.
Right.
I literally have courses in there that I've sold for $2,000, and I've made boatloads of money selling my branding course for $2,000. It's in Launch Academy. I have Facebook ad courses. I got ChatGPT courses. I got Etsy courses. I have Pinterest courses. It's this humongous library. And again, because you're getting a lifetime deal, you're getting a lifetime deal of that. It's like I'm just giving away my life to build rapport with you guys and have you become ambassadors for LaunchCart.
Ambassadors, investors, however you want to get in where you fit in, right? And as Master P or Percy says, hey, there is no limit to where they're going to be going here. All right. So, hey, you guys have been great. Any last words, Mr. Greg Ryder, for my club members, my Hackfest attendees, my Digital Growth Hacks Club? These are my peeps, man. They keep me going, man. They keep me going here. So all these people, they join in. They're good people.
I just want to say I thank you. I appreciate you. I just put in that link into the investors video. If they want to watch that investors video and get on the list for the crowdfunding campaign, they can do that. And I always end this way by saying this. Got to do what I do. You got to wake up every day with an attitude of gratitude and tell somebody you love them, and you'll have a better day.
Hey, I love it. Hey, here you guys. Here is their, if you want to know more about what they're going to be doing, I just put the list in the chat. I mean, a link in the chat. That's where you can see a video on kind of where the vision of what they're going to be doing. When people ask, hey, do you have a roadmap? Or you say, hey, this is our roadmap. This is what we're trying to build. And I looked at it. And so we can look for, as we close, we can look for the source and sale marketplace by the end of the first quarter of 2024.
Yep.
So by the end of March, because, I'm going to give them leeway, right? By the end of March, we should be looking for that. Anything changes, let us know. Keep us abreast of that, and look forward to it. Hey, you guys have been great. You're good, right?
Yeah, I'm good. No, appreciate
All
you
right.
very much. Thank you, sir.
You guys have been great. Thank you guys for supporting my channel. I want to be able to do more. I want to bring founders here. I want to look them in their eyes and say, hey, is this a good investment? I'm telling you guys, I'm excited about this. I'm going to, because you guys were nice, you guys showed up. If you come to my community, I've already showed you a walkthrough of how to use this as an agency. I'm not going to put that on YouTube. I'm going to put that inside my community, and you should be able to join the community from one of my links below. You guys have been great. Hey, this is Jenny Jones. Thank you guys for joining me here today on Digital Growth Hacks and joining in my Hack Fest Part 3. Every October, we're going to have these special guests. Here's what I'm going to leave you with, right? As you guys are dropping off, because I see some people dropped off. Here's what you're going to miss out on. I have another special deal coming in about another week. So make sure you stay tuned inside the community. This is a sweet deal, right? It's about what ads, and it's about becoming an agency, and you can manage other people's ads by the click of a button. You can have access to all their different ad accounts. This is going to be major. It's dropping in a week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. You don't want to miss out. It has been Jenny Jones. Take care. Goodbye for now.
Boom.